Hey, what's going on? It's Daniel Gillespie here with UponArriving.com, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Marriott Gold Elite status. So before I jump in, if you're new to this channel, I cover things like credit card rewards, hotels, airfare, and a lot of other interesting travel topics. So if you like that type of stuff, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. So first, let's talk about how to earn Marriott Gold status. And for those wondering, this is the gold status in the new Marriott Bonvoy program that I'm going to be talking about. Well, if you want to earn gold status the old-fashioned way with actual stays in a hotel, you're going to need 25 nights in a calendar year. Now, 25 nights for this status means that Marriott Gold is actually a lower mid-tier status. So for example, Hyatt Explorers requires you to get 30 nights, Hilton Gold requires 40 nights. So this really puts Marriott Gold status in this kind of unique space of being a lower mid-tier status. Now, if you don't want to stay in hotels, you can actually get Marriott Gold status through a variety of credit cards. And Marriott right now is in the process of completely overhauling and rebranding a lot of their different credit cards. And so instead of going through all the 15 different options you might have, I'm just going to touch on a couple of the popular personal cards to make things a little bit easier to digest. So the first option is the Marriott Rewards Premier Plus card, which is going to be known as the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card in the future. Now, this card is going to give you automatic silver status, but you can earn gold status by putting $35,000 worth of spend on it in a given year. Now, for me personally, $35,000 in a year isn't an astronomical amount of spend, but to earn a status that doesn't even guarantee breakfast, it's not really worth it in my book. Now, another route that you could go is to utilize the 15 Elite Night credits that you get each year, which puts you only 10 nights short of Marriott Gold. And something else to consider is that Marriott, along with most other large hotel programs, allows free night awards to count towards elite status. So in this case, you might be able to get something like a 75,000 point bonus or 100,000 point bonus from this card. You can actually find Category 1 nights for only 5,000 points for off-peak awards. That means that you could use the 15 Elite Night credits along with about 50,000 Marriott points, and you can obtain gold status without having to spend anything out of pocket. And for someone who does a fair amount of traveling but doesn't meet 50 nights per year, doing this method could put you halfway to meeting platinum status, and that could be a great shortcut to obtaining that higher elite tier. The next option is the SPG Luxury card, which is going to be known as the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card in the future. Now, I'm actually a pretty big fan of this card because it has a lot of features, and one of those perks is that it comes with automatic Marriott Gold status. It also gives you the option to earn Marriott Platinum status, but you'll need to spend $75,000 in a calendar year. And while I do like platinum status and think that it is pretty valuable, $75,000 is a lot of spend just for a hotel elite status. So I'm not sure that that is a route that I would go. And the next option is the Amex Platinum card. Now, I've talked a lot about some of the different Platinum card benefits. I'm a huge fan of the Platinum card because it is so benefits rich. I actually like that it has Hilton Gold more than Marriott Gold because I value that status more. But this is just yet another option for you to instantly get Marriott Gold status. Now, you can also get Marriott Gold through airline status with United. So if you have any tier of status from Gold and above, you can actually get matched to Marriott Gold status. But note that this is not a symmetrical matching. So if you have Marriott Gold status, you're not going to get matched to United Gold. Instead, it's going to take Marriott Platinum in order to get United Silver status. And the final way that you could get gold status is with a status challenge. So typically these may go out and require something like 8 nights within 30 days for gold and maybe 16 nights in 30 days for platinum. And these are really easy ways to get these statuses, but do note that these are only available to you once every 3 years. So this is not something that you can take advantage of every single year to get status, and you may want to kind of plan that out in order to kind of maximize the timing of your elite status. All right, so now let's get into the actual benefits of Marriott Gold status. So the first perk is that you get a 25% bonus on your base points. So most Marriott properties are going to allow you to earn 10 base points per dollar spent. So with this bonus, you're going to be getting 12.5 points per dollar spent. Now, if you value Marriott points at around 0.8 cents per point, that amounts to a 10% return, which is actually on par with top tier Hilton Diamond status if you value Honors points at around half a cent per point. So it's pretty significant that a lower mid-tier status can earn you the same amount back as a top tier status with another program. So for me, this is actually a pretty strong perk of gold status. Now the next benefit is late checkout, and this is not guaranteed, and it's only till 2 p.m. So note that with the old gold status, you could actually get later checkout till 4 p.m. So don't get confused if you read something about gold status giving you a better late checkout. Now let's talk about upgrades. So upgrades are going to be based on availability, and they're going to give you options to get upgraded to what they call enhanced rooms. Now enhanced rooms may include rooms with desirable views, rooms on high floors, corner rooms, rooms with special amenities, and rooms on executive floors. Now that last part is key, because if you get upgraded to a room on an executive floor, that means that you might be able to get lounge access and potentially a free breakfast. Now Hilton explicitly mentions for Hilton Gold status that if you get upgraded to a executive floor room, that means that you do get lounge access, but Marriott doesn't come outright and say that. So I actually followed up with Marriott, and basically what they told me is that this is going to be a property specific determination. So if I had gold status and I was staying at a hotel with a lounge, I would specifically request an upgrade to an executive floor room rather than just asking for a generic upgrade to increase my odds of potentially getting those benefits like a breakfast and lounge access. So if you're interested in getting these type of upgrades, this is what I would recommend you to do. Go up to the front desk and just let them know that you looked through the terms and you found that as a gold member, you're actually eligible for upgrades to executive floor rooms. Then let them know that you were scrolling through the Marriott app and you noticed that executive floor rooms are still available, and so you just wanted to inquire about getting an upgrade to one of those rooms. By being really specific with your upgrade request, that's going to increase your odds of getting an executive floor room versus just going up there and asking for any generic upgrade, or definitely it's going to be better than just not asking for anything at all. But keep in mind there are some exclusions for gold members. Suites are specifically excluded. Rooms with direct club lounge access at Ritz-Carlton properties are excluded, and there are some other brands that have exclusions. But note that this doesn't mean that you won't ever get an upgrade to one of those rooms. It just means that you definitely should not expect it to happen and that they're not obligated to do it. The next benefit is enhanced internet service. So this is nice. You can actually get the premium internet. And one interesting thing about the terms is it says that regardless of booking source. So even if you booked your stay through an online travel agency, you should still be entitled to complimentary enhanced internet. And also note that the Marriott Boundless credit card actually offers this perk. So you actually don't need to get gold status if you have that card in order to take advantage of it. The next perk is a welcome gift, which could be anything from 250 to 500 Marriott points. It just kind of depends on the property you're staying at. They also might give you something else whenever you arrive as well. Now, as a gold member, you can also get a 10% discount on the gift shops. There are certain exclusions at certain properties. So if you're staying, for example, at a Ritz-Carlton, you may only be able to get a discount on Ritz-Carlton branded items versus just anything in the gift shop. And also as an elite member, you'll have access to a specific reservation line and also a separate customer service line. So anytime you have issues, you can call those. And in my experience, they've been pretty good to me as a platinum member. So I'd assume that they're probably still pretty decent even as a gold member. Now, another nice perk is the ultimate reservation guarantee, which basically means whenever your reservation can't be honored due to something like overbooking, Marriott will actually compensate you. And the amount of the compensation is just going to depend on the type of property that you're staying at and also on your status. Platinum members and above actually get more compensation, but you can expect something like $200 along with 90,000 Marriott points at some properties, and at others it's going to be a little bit less. And note that just because the terms state that this is what's offered, that doesn't mean that that's all that you can get. In certain situations, I mean, if you were going to stay at a property for like a really important event or something like a honeymoon or something like that, and your reservation is not honored, you could definitely raise your case to someone in the chain of command a lot higher and probably get even more compensation. I've seen some people get some pretty nice packages whenever hotels are not able to accept their reservation. So keep that in mind, that you may not be limited to what Marriott says that you're offered, even though those are fairly generous terms. So that's it for Marriott Gold status. Ultimately, I think Gold definitely has some strong points like the bonus earning potential. The potential for upgrades to executive floors is nice, but overall, it's really not that attractive of a status. If I were going to do any kind of status challenges or try to work my way up with the elite night credits or the stays with free nights, I would definitely have my eyes set on platinum status versus gold. And that's just because there's so much more value there, and it is going to require a lot more to get there, but I think that it would be worth the extra effort in a lot of cases, especially if you were kind of easily able to obtain that via award night stays or something like that. So thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe and that like button, and also check out the link for more on Marriott Gold status.